Creation and command are characteristics of the Godhead. The Lord, may He be blessed and exalted, creates what He wills, and selects for His creation what He wills, and rules what He wants. And there is no follower of His rule. And He is the mighty and wise. Opening parenthesis. Does He not have the creation and command? May Allah bless the Lord of the worlds. Comma. Created the angels. And Jibril, peace be upon him, favored them. Created humans and lined up prophets and messengers from them. Allah lines up angels as messengers and from people. Allah is all-hearing and all-seeing, and the Almighty lined up His worshippers from religion. He said, the religion is with Allah, Islam, and Allah guarantees the preservation of Islam from substitution and distortion. Allah has made the exaltation of His rituals a proof of the piety of the heart and His fear. The stronger the faith, the rituals of religion appear. The believer magnifies rituals, his Lord, following the guidance of the Prophet and his Sunnah, without excessive or excessive. The people of moderation, they are the people of guidance and compliance, follow and do not create. One of the great visible rituals is the ritual of Hajj and Umrah. And one of the spatial rituals of Allah is the great house of Allah, the Maqam and the committed, Safa and Marwa, Mona and Muzdalifa, and praying in the Grand Mosque with 100,000 prayers. So the Almighty exalted Mecca over all other countries, and made it His faithful country. O people of Mecca, and O visitors to Mecca, you are living and staying in the Kaaba of Allah and His Haram. It is great, and the glory of Mecca is ancient. In the Sahihin, He said, Allah on the day of the opening of Mecca. The country was forbidden by Allah on the day of the creation of the heavens and the earth. It is haram by Allah until the day of resurrection. He does not support His hawks, does not repel His hunting, and does not take His shot except those who knew it, and does not occupy His space. We are living in these days in a haram country, and it is a haram month. So let's prepare to take advantage of the best days of the year, which Allah has sworn by, and preferred them over others. And He said, one of the characteristics of the 10th of Dhu al-Hijjah is getting closer to Allah on the day of sacrifice, which is a certain sunnah. The Prophet did, and urged his nation to do it. Whoever intends to sacrifice, let him hold his hair by his hair, so that he can do good deeds such as Hajj, Umrah, and sacrifice, as well as the good deeds of the nawafil of prayer, fasting, reading the Quran, and feeding food, because the good deeds on these days are better than the same as in others. One of the characteristics of the 10th of Dhu al-Hijjah is to get closer to Allah on the day of sacrifice, which is a certain sunnah. The Prophet did it, and urged his nation to do it. Whoever intends to sacrifice, let him and his nails, from the first 10 of Dhu Hijjah, until his sacrifice is slaughtered. Rad. The purpose of glorifying rituals is to unite Allah and establish dhikr. So about Aisha. The Prophet said, there is no place for the slogans of division and partisanship, nor sectarian and political calls, and that it is necessary for those who tended the holy feelings to adhere to the instructions, which were made for safety, public interest, and cooperation with the security men, who are making their effort to serve the pilgrims of the house of Allah, the care of pilgrims and Umrah, and to one of the greatest interests of the country of the two holy mosques, since its foundation and to this day, is to serve them and take care of their comfort, so that pilgrims the holy house of Allah has given them peace and tranquility, and they will return to their countries safe and sound.